Okay, I want to talk about the importance of balancing your macronutrients for a variety of reasons with your meals in particular, but with your soups, smoothies, and so forth as well. Juice, it's a little harder to balance your macronutrients because you're basically not really getting a lot of fiber and you're getting typically a glucose spike, which may or may not be bad depending. I've been drinking juice and kind of letting go of the idea of a glucose spike because I am needing a little bit of a glucose spike, I feel like. So what I want to focus on really is your meals and balancing your macronutrients so that you can sustain your feeling of satiety from your solid meal through the night, because nighttime is typically when people snack. And if you're hungry at night, that's just going to perpetuate a bad cycle for you. And let's just make this a better experience, right? So your macronutrients are your fats, proteins, carbohydrates. And some people consider water a macronutrient. I'm just going to say make sure you're drinking a lot of it because your body is doing a lot of work right now and it needs to move those toxins out of your cells and move those nutrients in them, and hydration is critical for that. So more on that in a different video, but that's an important macronutrient. Fats, proteins, carbohydrates. So what I'm trying to do is get about 30% of my meal in each. So 30% carbohydrate, 30% protein, and 30% fat. So your fats, because the yes list and the no list prevent you from eating bad fats and support you eating good fats, that's a good thing. But just make sure you're getting significant amounts of it. So in my salads, I get tahini dressing, so there's lots of fat in the olive oil or avocado oil, whatever I used for it, I can't remember, and the tahini paste. So good fats in that. And then I add pumpkin seeds pretty much to everything because they're super good for mineral balance. Mineral is going to help move things across cell walls as well. But your cell walls won't allow anything to go in or out without proper structure. And that's what fat does, is it provides proper structure to your cells so you can move things in and out. So nuts, seeds, olive oil, animal fats in the form well, I guess we can't really eat a lot of animal fats on here. So at least in the animal. So darker meat is gonna, and that's more flavorful anyway. There's a reason it tastes good. So make sure you're getting enough fat, 30% of your meal. So just think a third, a third, a third. Carbohydrates. I try to get the majority of my carbohydrates just in general from non-starchy vegetables. So greens and anything that's not like a root vegetable or a super starchy vegetable. I think like sweet potatoes, potatoes can't even have. That's where the majority of my carbohydrates come from, but some days I'm hungrier, and so I'll add some brown rice, or quinoa is one of the only grains I know of that's a complete protein, so that's great because it's both carbohydrate and protein. So you can add that to a salad. And then as far as your protein goes, combining aminos is what you need to do if you're a vegetarian. I put a list of ideas in one of the comments, so check that out. But otherwise, if you eat meat or fish or whatever, make sure you are getting significant protein, and not just in your actual meal, but throughout the day. So when you're making a smoothie, I use collagen protein powder. I'll post a picture of it so you know what I'm talking about. But I use that to get sufficient amounts of protein, not just with my meal, but then also I'll make a tea with protein, or I'll make and like as my afternoon drink, or I'll add 2 to 3 scoops of collagen protein to a smoothie. That would be 30 grams of protein. You need protein as well as fat for hormone creation and synthesis. Protein is how you build lean muscle, and it's the building blocks. Protein helps you build. So if you want to be full and you want to feel good, make sure you're balancing your macronutrients.